what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. Gonna give you a little guitar lesson right now. Also, real quick though, I have a free chord and scale PDF with the chords, scales, arpeggios, triads, everything you need for your guitar playing foundation, and it's totally free. So be sure to get that. You can get it in that link down in the description right there. Appreciate that extra support. Now, something that I've taught guitar now for like over 20 years, almost 30 years. And something I've seen students do over and over and over is they try and learn things that are too challenging for the level that they're at that time. So if you're trying to learn some super advanced song, it's like, you know, trying to climb up a long set of stairs, but reaching your bottom level foot and trying to step over all the steps to get to the top step in one step. You're going to get a lot more accomplished on guitar and a much faster, more efficient way if you learn the right amount of challenging things. So you're like basically taking each step along those steps to get to that top step. And so I'm going to give you, not the cleanest analogy, but I was trying. So what I want to do is just break down, if you're a guitar player, beginner guitar player, you know, don't go right for the, like, you know, hardest solo or hardest song right off the bat. You want to get a little bit of that foundation going. I lay it out in that free PDF book, but I'm going to show you some stuff right now. If you're an absolute beginner, you're going to get so much more accomplished if you just learn some classic one-string riffs first. And you can look up easy one-string riffs on guitar. I've got a few really, I think, helpful lessons in that regard. So you want to get that going. Another thing is, once you get the single finger, like, you want to add, you know, and this is the order if you're wanting to learn electric guitar. If you're wanting to learn acoustic guitar, I still recommend the single note riffs first. But if you're playing acoustic, you might want to learn the basic open cowboy chords next, like E minor and A sus2. Once you get those two down, you just add an extra finger. Now you have A major. And literally the first two beginner chords are the Chords to Breathe by Pink Floyd. So you immediately have a classic rock song with the first two chords you should learn. But then there's what are called power chords. So there's lots of classic power chord songs, AC/DC, Nirvana, and they're all the same shape. So you want to start to get those down. The first two I like are the E power chord, which is the open E string, and the second fret A string. And you strum them together. The next one is just scooted over one string. So it'd be the open A string, and then the second fret D string. And so that's a bunch of AC/DC songs. And if you add that third fret E string with your middle finger in between, you have T and T. And with that A power chord, those are two more power open chords that you should learn, G and D. So these are all just like little building blocks to get to the harder stuff. But there's so many great songs you can learn and play right in this beginner zone. Pretty much, you know, a majority of the Nirvana songs are going to be, you know, once you get the open power chord, then you can, if you put your index finger anywhere on the E string, like if I go up to the 10th fret, I'll take my third finger and add it up 2 frets higher on the next string over, and just strum those two strings. so those are power chords, and that's all Nirvana, Green Day, that classic rock that I played there, Black Sabbath. Seven Nation Army. So literally you can start learning those single note melodies with one finger, and then you just add that next string a whole step up, and now you have most of the rock chords that you're going to want. All of that is the same shape. So you want to have fun playing AC/DC, Nirvana, Green Day. That's if you're, going for electric guitar. If you're going for acoustic guitar, you want to learn the open chords first, I think, including still some single note melodies, like Another One Bites the Dust is another one. As opposed to learning some fancy solo right off the bat because it's your favorite, solo that's ever existed. You don't want to go that route. You want to get the foundation and then build up to it. So you've got single note melodies. All with one finger on one string. Then you can take single note melodies like this. Usually it's played along two different strings, but you can literally do stuff like that. And then add that second finger. And then eventually scoot over like it's played. Okay, then the open chords are really, really important. Like Beatles, Rolling Stones, and so many more. Tom Petty, just like great classic rock, current pop songs too. Taylor Swift uses all the open chords. And so like, there's not one exact order of them that you should learn, but I think you should start with E minor. And then A sus2 because it's the same shape scooted over. Then eventually make that A major. And then from that same E minor, take your middle finger off and grab that 3rd fret E string. And I call that the like cheater version of a G major chord. And then eventually you'll grab that 3rd fret high E when you get a little bit used to it. And you've got another really popular chord. Then from there, the D major chord. And so that's a really classic one. That's the 2nd fret G and 2nd fret high E, index finger, middle finger, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret B. What's cool about that is you can add your pinky. You can also take your middle finger off and get this. Then from there, A minor. What's cool about A minor is you just scoot everything up, and now you have E major. That might sound familiar. Right? So then, after you get those down, then you start to go for the C chord and the F chord. And the C chord, your 3rd finger on the A string 3rd fret. Middle finger on the 2nd fret D. Then that open G. And then 1st fret B. And open high E. So that's called C major. Then if you scoot the 3rd and middle finger over, now Now that's called F. So you have E minor, A sus2, which becomes A major, E minor again, move the middle finger up to the 3rd fret E. Now that's a cheater G, but then add that 3rd fret high E eventually. So now you have G. Then learn D major. Then learn A minor. Then E major, because it's the exact same fingering up a string. Then C major to F major. And so that's kind of the order of the open chords. There's also going to be D minor. And it's a million songs now that you can play. Pretty much any, with a capo, pretty much any Taylor Swift song, just if you're going in that direction, or, most classic rock songs, tons of, like I said, Beatles, Rolling Stones, Tom Petty, Fleetwood Mac, just anything like Jack Johnson, old Bruno Mars songs, whatever it is, you can do it with any of that stuff I showed you so far. And so then that's when you start to learn what are called bar chords, like B minor, F sharp minor, like that. So you don't want to go to bar chords first. You want to learn a bunch of easy riffs and songs with the basic open chords, then go to bar chords. Then you start to learn what are called scales. And there's a few to start with. I love the E minor pentatonic. Then there's the C major scale in this same spot. And then from there, I would recommend, depending on what genres you're into and where you want to go from there, the 12-bar blues. That's a little foundation lesson for you to get you going. But if you're, really want a step-by-step course or guidance that will walk you through all this much slower and much more in detail, you can check out my website, martymusic.com. I've got a bunch of courses there. I also have a bunch of free courses. Don't forget about that PDF book, which is a lot of the stuff I just talked about, but in diagrams, tablature it's called, and transcriptions. So you can check that out as well. And then also you can, check out my different playlists I have at my Marty Music YouTube channel right here. Hope you guys got something from that, and hope to see you again. See ya.